All right. And go.
Hey,
Hey,
I'm Pastor Padrón. And I know you were expecting the ladies' takeover. But as the philosopher Jagger once wisely said, you don't always get what you want, but sometimes you just might find you get what you need. And what you're getting is a special fireside show with yours truly, Pastor Padrón, along with Dave and Confused.
Hey.
Hey, how are you, Dave?
Confused.
Confused, apparently, yes. So, stuff happens, life happens, and we had to punt. The ladies' night is going to be some other time. But while the rest of us didn't, had made plans because, we were expecting the ladies to be able to take over tonight. They'll be back at some point in the future. But Pastor Padrón and Dave did not want you to go without your Monday night entertainment and a episode for next Monday. So we threw something together just for you. And what we're going to be talking about are our favorite fireside or nightcap smokes. And tonight we are smoking one of my favorite nightcap smokes, the RoMaCraft Neanderthal. In this case, it is the Neanderthal HN. It is a Mexican San Andreas wrapper with a Connecticut broadleaf binder, Dominican, Nicaraguan, and Pennsylvania Green River one sucker Lajero in the filler.
Wow.
In short, it's a party in your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a box pressed Robusto extra size cigar. It is 4 3/4 by 56. Almost every other blend that RoMaCraft makes has somewhere in its line a 5 by 56 box press. For whatever reason, they couldn't make it to 5 inches with this, but they made it to 4 3/4 and the 56 box pressed. And it is a wonderful cigar to finish the day with, whether it be a good day, a bad day, a long day, or a day you just want to sit behind, like today. And what am I drinking with this? I have a vodka martini here by the fire. I like to sit by the fire and enjoy a cigar. And Dave, what are you having with your Neanderthal over there?
I am drinking some Woodford Reserve. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Very, very nice. And Dave, what are your first impressions of the Neanderthal LH? Excuse me, LH.
Well, first off, I was really proud of myself on how I cut it, because they do a really neat job of making a flat top of the head.
Yes.
And it's impossible to cut. And this is the first time I actually just literally skinned the entire top off perfectly without cutting into the shoulder. So
gave it a little scalping.
Yeah, it has been scalped. I don't know if I don't think we'll be able to see it, but
yeah, there you go. One of the things that I love about this cigar is the smoke that comes out of the head when you draw on it a good couple of times. Here, I'll show you.
And the fact that it's an unassuming figurado. You don't look at it when you're looking at them all in the box. You don't notice it, but when you stare at it by itself, you're like, "Hey, wait, that's not straight."
Well, this actually is straight.
Oh, yours is? I guess I didn't get my HN.
No. Is yours round, Dave?
Maybe.
Yeah. You got the HN. You got the regular cigar. This is a limited run cigar. They do it every year, so it's kind of regular production, but it's limited to around 1,000 boxes a year. And it comes in boxes of 15. The box press version is very, very nice. Dave's is the HN. You've got all these different, it's the HN, it's the SGP, the HOXD, the LH. You got to kind of know what all these things stand for. And
well, apparently Londonderry doesn't have the box press. So says the Paul.
No, we were the Hooksett store still has one box left. So unfortunately, you're smoking.
But the Neanderthal is still a Neanderthal.
So there you go, Daved and confused. I tell you, I don't have the width and breadth of the 724 lounge as far as bar stuff goes here, but I knew that a nice vodka martini, James Bond style,
shaken not stirred,
would go very well with this. And the briny notes, with the olives really kind of play with the earthy and chocolatey notes of the cigar, and it's really, really tasty. How's that Woodford going with that, Dave?
The Woodford Reserve is bringing out a lot of the spice in the retrohale. It's keeping it there, I should say, because there is spice in the retrohale anyways. It's making the what do you got?
Feel free to say something, Dave.
It's making the it's bringing out a lot of the earth, I think.
Yeah.
And it's still very smooth, and the smoke is creamy.
Yeah, I think the vodka martini here is taking away some of the spice on the cigar, but I tell you, it is burning perfect burn on that there cigar. And my camera's a good 6 feet from me, so that you can see the fire that I'm sitting in front of here. But great burn on this cigar here. It's fantastic. So one of the things I thought we could talk about a little bit, Dave, is, what are your favorite nightcap kind of cigars to have? For me, it'd be Fireside. For you, it'd be Nightcap. What are the cigars, at the end of the day, when you really want to have a nice cigar, what are the cigars that come to mind? This is certainly one of mine, the Neanderthal, no matter what shape.
Definitely one of mine. Yep.
It's a richer, fully bodied cigar, always performs well, lots and lots of flavor. It's a good, strong, robust, full-bodied cigar. But what would be one of your choices, Dave?
One of my top choices for a nightcap would be, of course, now the name exclusive. Oh, there we go. A Padron Exclusivo Maduro.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice price range, great, absolutely phenomenal for the price range, actually, for $13.
Yeah.
And that's definitely one of my favorites to smoke at night. Yeah,
that's like smoking chocolate. That's one of the cigars that got me my nickname, Pastor Padrón. Yep. Smoking those and the 3000 Maduro.
Yeah,
almost exclusively.
Pretty sure the Exclusivo was the first cigar we shared together.
Yep, it's one of my favorites. And like you said, it's a really, really good super premium cigar, and the price is not really super premium. So it's something that you can get and enjoy and have a good time with. Kind of along the same lines, one of mine is the Padron 1926 number 48, the TAA, the Maduro specifically. And again, that's, it's most 1926 series of the Padron have a real kind of strong peppery spice to them. And for whatever reason, Maybe it's the ring gauge. The pepper isn't quite as there as some of the others. Like I really enjoy the number 6 and the 35. If I want that really kind of nice peppery kick. But if you want something that's got the pepper, but it's still a very smooth, chocolatey cigar, the number 48 is just fantastic. That's got to be one of my favorite Padron sizes right now. Has been for a while, actually.
And so another one would be the
Yes.
man, why can't I think of it? The Sindicato Maduro Toro.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good full-bodied rich one too.
That's another one of my favorites that I just it's another one that's very it's a little rough. It's got cocoa and espresso. That's absolutely it. It's a very, I don't know, it's almost like to me it's almost like a like a bourbon or something, that you get that warm feeling in your cheeks. It very comforting cigar, I think.
Yeah, definitely so. Another one of mine is the Plasencia Almaforte Nestor 4, the box press Toro. That's similar in profile to the Padron. It's like smoking a big bar of chocolate, but it's a bigger bar of chocolate.
Yes, it is.
It's a little bit more pricey. It's a little bit more pricey. That's around $20 a stick. That said, it's 2.5 hours of smoking. A Padron is maybe an hour, 15, hour and a half. You get a lot more time in when you do the Almaforte there, which I really, really like. What's another one of yours there, Dave?
Another one that I commonly smoke at night is going to be the La Aroma de Cuba Robusto.
Oh my gosh! Come on, that's one of your favorite nightcap cigars. Come on,
that's my favorite all the time. I do have it all the time.
No,
I have it at night too.
I have it in the morning. Favorite nightcap cigars. That's like saying, I like my Macanudo at night with my warm milk. Yeah, please, come on. You serious?
I like what I like.
Yep. Yes, apparently you do.
Yep.
Apparently you do. Let me see.
Well, okay. If you want me to name something different, I'll say the Knuckle Dragger from RoMaCraft.
Oh, the Knuckle Dragger.
That is a very yummy. It's a nice short smoke. So if you're you want a cigar, but you don't want to be smoking forever, but you want that oomph that you get from a really good cigar. It's like perfect. You get everything in a small package. It's awesome.
Another one of mine is the Tabernacle Havana Seed Connecticut 142 Toro, the Toro size specifically. That's that Havana Seed 142 wrapper, San Andreas binder, and then Honduran and Nicaraguan in the filler. And to me, that's one of Nick Melillo's best cigars. That flavor profile is so great, so smooth, medium bodied. And this would be a night when I wanted something a little bit less, full bodied. If I wanted a nice, smooth, full flavored, but a medium bodied cigar, that would definitely be what I'd pick. That is a fantastic, fantastic stick. And I love the Robusto size too, the Corona as well. But I think the Toro is my favorite size in that.
Another one of my favorites is the Rum 101 Farce Maduro.
Oh, you're naming all these strong, super over-the-top cigars.
I don't like light cigars because I can't taste them.
You don't like white cigars?
Light.
Oh.
Light cigars, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my palate was not made for light cigars.
No, well, you know, when you smoke cigarettes for 25 years, you can't have light cigars anymore.
Nope.
Full-bodied stuff, you know.
Yep.
Another, you know, that said, when I want something even lighter, like a lighter, medium-bodied cigar, and you know, maybe I've been smoking all day, or I don't want something so heavy. I think another one of my favorite nightcap fireside cigars is the Hammer and Sickle EPH Torpedo. The wrapper binder filler on that's all undisclosed. The only thing I can really say about it is that Eric Wentworth, who's the VP for Hammer and Sickle, you know, had a big hand in blending that cigar.
Oh, the
And
EPH. Oh.
it's so good. You know, it's, you know, I really appreciate that cigar. I wish that it was more available. I feel kind of like I'm chinsing everybody, giving that as an example, because there were only 250 boxes made.
Yeah.
They didn't go everywhere.
No. We got a lion's share. I know
we're
that.
fortunate. We're fortunate. Well, Twins got 50 boxes. We were one of Eric Hansen's favorite shops, and so we got 50 of those. And I'm very glad we did. You know, I hope they bring them back at some point when we're getting low. That is just so smooth, leathery, coffee notes, some cedar
And
going
it's
on.
Sweet. It's got like a weird sweetness
yes.
to it, and it's a crazy.
It's a crazy, sweet, creamy, but it's not light at all. And you know, estrus means it's a straight-on medium cigar, and but it is so smooth. It's just a fantastic, fantastic cigar.
I think
any more favorites, Dave?
Yeah, I got two.
Yeah, I got you more. What's more?
Yeah. I got well, for a lighter one is the Superfly Connecticut Corona.
Yeah.
And the that is just, I love that cigar. And then on the flip side is the you know, the regular Superfly Corona. That little guy is a firecracker.
You know, Kurt Kendall's watching, Dave. So behave yourself.
What's up, Kurt?
Might want to turn that hat around. But you know, my fifth. It's so funny. I saw his comment. My fifth cigar for you actually did. That's awesome. He turned his hat around, folks. He turned his hat around. My fifth cigar that I really enjoy for a nightcap, and I've done this a couple of times myself, is the original 724 Lancero. That is a fantastic cigar. And Kurt, that really was on my list. So I know you're thinking that I did it just because, but it really was on my list. You know, I'm a big fan of Lanceros, and I think that's one of the best Lanceros out there. Cedary, woody, leather notes. It's got a great amount of spice. You really get that Matafina wrapper on that ring gauge. It's a true Lancero, and that, you know, the cedar sleeve that it's in just really, I think, ends up making a lot of difference on the cigar. It's fantastic. Did you have any Lanceros on your list, Dave?
I did not have any Lanceros on my list, Dan. Not for a nightcap, no.
Well, that's all I got. I was ending with the 724, but you know, you got to go with what you can go with.
But if I was going to pick one, I would say it would be the Southern Draw Thorn.
The Southern Draw Thorn.
Yeah.
In the is that the Connecticut one?
Line? Yeah. In the Rosa Sharon line, yeah.
That's a nice cigar too. Another nice Lancero. That's my favorite size in the Rose of Sharon line by far. Very, very
Got like
nice.
got like a nice citrus thing to it.
Hmm.
It's beautiful, beautiful cigar.
Mm. So, Dave, let me ask you some questions here, and you feel free to ask me something. You know,
Sure.
I've put together some questions, but you
Hmm.
feel free, Dave, because this is probably going to be a short show. It's just the two of us. We don't have Nick, talking about everything. We don't have Paul to go to for the news or his great comments. All the women are gone,
I
so
know.
we got to work real hard tonight to get through this cigar here. When you're having your nightcap cigar, your fireside cigar,
Yeah.
do you, in the best of all possible worlds, would you prefer to have it inside or outside?
Um, in the best of all possible worlds, I would
Possible.
prefer. I would prefer to have it outside. I like smoking outside a lot, and if it was
Yeah.
nice out and a reasonable temperature, I would totally love being outside. There's nothing like fresh air. Um, I would be.
Yeah.
I would love to be outside if it was like in perfect conditions. Absolutely, anytime.
Yeah. Now, would that include like sitting at a fire outside, or would that be like just sitting
Oh
outside?
no, most definitely with the fire outside. Well, if there's a fire inside, I'd rather sit inside. If there's a fire involved, I want to be near the fire. Period.
Yeah.
End of story. I love fire.
Yeah. Yeah. This is one of my favorite places. Usually, 3 seasons out of the year, I'm out on the porch. If I'm
Yep.
having a cigar or enjoying a pipe or something at the end of the day, I'm fortunate I have a nice 3-season screened in porch. So the bugs are outside, but you're inside, but you're still seeing outside. It's really, really nice. But during these cold months, late fall and into winter, I'm allowed to smoke in this wonderful room that you're seeing here.
Well, I got a question
Have
for
the
you,
fun.
Dan, and I got
Yeah.
a question for the chat too. Um,
Mhm.
so one thing I've asked a lot of customers over the weekend is what they were picking out going to be what they were smoking for Thanksgiving.
Ah.
I already have my Thanksgiving cigars ready for Thanksgiving.
Hmm.
And that's my question. Do you already have your Thanksgiving cigar? Like, is it set, or are you just gonna wait to the last minute? Or and then of course, what are they?
All right. Well, you know, Thanksgiving this year is going to be weird, right? I mean,
Mhm.
we're all, you know, COVIDed in. You can't have a lot of people over, and the original plan for me was to get together at my sister-in-law's and get together with my wife's dad, who recently lost his wife, and we didn't want him to
Yep.
be alone for Thanksgiving and everything. So we were all going to get together, but with all the cases of COVID kind of spiking around, um, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm really sad about that. That said, it means that I will be able to enjoy my Thanksgiving cigar here by the fire, taking my time, and it is a Padron 50th Maduro.
Mm.
I always try and treat myself to a really, really good cigar on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, as I said last week, is one of my favorite holidays. And it's one of my favorite holidays because it's focused on what you have, not on what you don't have. And it's, you're thinking about your blessings, what's good, what you're thankful for. Now, this year it might be harder to be thinking about what you're thankful for, but it's especially this year. I think that's really important to realize all the blessings that you have in spite of everything that has gone on. I know Dave, you and I, we've been through a lot together. It's been a tough year for both of us. Um, not the least of which was the year started with us losing our dad.
Yep. Yeah, it's almost been a year. I can't believe it.
Yeah, his birthday was just last Wednesday.
Yep.
And that was a tough day for me. I'm sure it was for you too.
Yeah.
But it's up in the air. What I have a daughter who's in the hospital too, and it's up in the air what we're doing with her for Thanksgiving. I might be going down there for that, but then again, the whole COVID thing might be stopping that from happening,
right?
Which would really stink. So, but that's the cigar I have in store. I have been saving it since I got it for Thanksgiving. Padron 50th, and not the little 50th that comes in the box. One of those big anniversary cigars that comes in the big humidor. That was
the big $50 ones.
Yeah, a $40 cigar that was blended by Nelson Alfonso, who is the guy behind the Byrons and Atabays.
Yep.
He also designed the humidor for them too for the 50th.
Yeah. Well, that's a good segue into mine. I'm going to be smoking a Byron Poema.
Ooh, the Petit Poema.
Yeah. Petit Poema. Yep. And I have a second one if I have time, which is since my birthday is Thanksgiving. Paul got me a Plasencia Elma Fuerte. See if I can get that in there without getting.
Which size is that? Is it the hex press?
I think it's
cigar?
No, but it's definitely box press, but it is not hex press. It's not the 6.2.
Okay, so that's probably the Nestor 4.
Yeah,
Toro.
I believe it's a Nestor 4
Is it a
Toro.
6-inch cigar?
Yes.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite fireside cigars, Dave. So you'll have to start a fire in your living room. And
I'll put a fire on the TV. Have the TV with a little fireplace thing going. Either that, or I'm having Mom at my house. So
yeah,
who
well,
knows?
it's your birthday too. Thanksgiving's your birthday, right?
Yeah. So maybe I'll drop her off and then crash her party at your house and smoke with you.
Yeah. My party is just going to be me. Me, the wife, and the girls. The estrogen palace.
Well, maybe we can bring a little testosterone.
Yeah. Well, that wouldn't be a bad thing. Wouldn't be a bad thing at all here. Now, again, if you're doing your nightcap cigar, Dave, would you rather be by yourself or with somebody else?
Well, considering when I do a nightcap cigar, I'm at home by myself. I would prefer to be by myself.
You would prefer to be by yourself?
I would. I think a nightcap cigar is a time of reflection. You just want to go through what's gone through the day and reflect. It's no distraction on relaxing.
True that.
I appreciate it. I mean, if I was seeking something else, I'd probably just go to Londonderry Twins and hang out there. It's either here or there.
Which
for me.
you've done.
No
I know you've done that before, Dave.
Yep.
You seek out the ladies of the 724 Lounge. Now, how's the cigar going for you?
Oh, it's burning like a champ. The spice has kind of calmed down for me with the drink. It's still really smooth and creamy. I got a lot of earth and leather. It's such a well-made cigar.
Yeah. It's amazing to me how this martini has calmed the spice on this cigar. Usually, even in the retro, the spice on this is really over the top, and it's not at all. I mean, it's still there,
Yeah.
but it really has calmed it down a lot. I'm able to appreciate more of the cocoa, earthy, woody notes, the coffee notes of the cigar. I love San Andreas wrapper. It's one of my favorite wrappers. My second favorite wrapper is Connecticut broadleaf. So I'm like getting everything I love all at once. You know,
one of my favorite wrappers right now is the Pennsylvania broadleaf, and it's hard to find anything with it. So I picked up what's that, AJ Fernandez that has it? I picked up one of those. That has
I don't remember off the top of my head. Broadleaf. He makes so many millions of things for everybody.
It's the Last Call.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a great cigar. You know why that's called The Last Call, Dave?
No, actually, I do not, Dan.
Well, it used to be when he did, you can go on tours at his factory.
Mm-hmm.
And the last cigar of the night that would be handed out on the tour was that cigar. It was called The Last Call. It was the last cigar. And he then put that into regular production. That's what that cigar is. It was originally a factory tour cigar, and the last cigar of the night. That was a nightcap cigar.
Yep, that was a discussion I had with Paul earlier, and I forgot how the Pennsylvania broadleaf came up, but I said, I haven't had that many cigars with it, and I said, what's a good one? And so he mentioned that one, and I picked it up.
Right. Now, when you're having your nightcap cigar, Dave, fireside cigar, would you rather be listening to music, just kind of chilling out, or reading a book, or watching TV?
My typical nightcap consists of a cigar and Sam Adams and the Blacklist right now.
And the Blacklist?
Yeah, I'm on season 6 right now.
You're on season 6. That's awesome. Just 2 more seasons to go.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about the show so far?
I'm so impressed with James Spader. So the like pretty much before Blacklist, the first and last time I saw him was in Stargate. So, and then to see him in Blacklist was like a culture shock. It was just like, what happened to that nerdy little geek dude? And now he's like this, badass criminal, and he's playing it perfectly. He
totally pulls it off.
Totally pulls it off, and I'm just like, he is my most favorite bad guy ever. And he is ruthless in the show. He's absolutely ruthless, and it's crazy. It's a really well made show. I feel like I haven't enjoyed a show that much since Fringe, and I was really happy. The last episode we had the guy that played Walter in Fringe in it.
Yeah.
And I
remember.
Was so happy. He plays such a good mad scientist, and he was a mad scientist in this one too. And it was just perfect. The guy is just an amazing actor.
Yeah. Great guy. I know who you're talking. I can't. His name escapes me right now.
Yeah, I can't.
Denethor in Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
Whoever that guy was. Maybe somebody watching the show can let us know who that is. Have you looked at any of the comments?
I wonder no comments as of late.
I wonder if anybody has shared what their favorite nightcap cigars are.
Not yet. Everybody's kind of quiet. Maybe we're just like filling the noise for them as their nightcap cigar.
All right, so you're into watching the Blacklist right now. Is that you like those kind of shows?
I love those kinds of shows. The only other thing that we were watching besides that was Trial 4.
Oh yeah, that's right. Scott Keller's
Yeah, we finished watching that.
documentary.
Yeah.
Well, it's not his documentary, but
Yeah.
he's a employee of Twins, and he had a hand in that documentary. So of course we're all interested in that. That's on my that's coming up on my watch list. I had to finish some things first. I was binge watching Black Sails on Hulu.
That's on my list. Yeah.
Yeah, and Black Sails takes place a few years before Treasure Island.
Oh,
and
okay.
it sets up Treasure Island. So it ends where Treasure Island picks up. And so it's those characters and how did they get to where they are, in at least this scenario. And what a well done show. Great job. Toby Stevens plays Captain Flint. Toby Stevens is everything I see him in, I just think he's fantastic. He's the lead in Netflix remake of Lost in Space. Have you seen that, Dave?
I watched the first season of it. Yeah.
Yeah, Toby Stevens is the father in that show, and in Black Sails, he's the lead character, Captain Flint, one of the big pirates, and he's just such a great job. All right, so we've talked for a while about this. We've smoked for a while. We've been enjoying drinking. What's the final verdict here on the Neanderthal, Dave? Is this a good nightcap cigar?
Absolutely. It just burns wonderfully. The earthy and leatheriness, the spices, the retrohale, the smoke. There's nothing not to love about this.
This is one of the smokiest cigars there is. I mean, you just see the smoke coming out of the head of this thing. It's just amazing. It's just fantastic. It's so rich, and there's just so many flavors going on. It's amazing. I had one customer tell me that he was really disappointed in the Neanderthal because it just didn't taste like much. And I just kind of looked at him and blinked. I'm like, your taste buds must be dead, dude, because my taste buds are like, flipping and doing cartwheels right now. There's so much going on with the cigar, and it is so, it is such a tasty cigar. It goes fantastic with this martini. It's just amazing.
Didn't Brett punk you with a Neanderthal once?
Yeah, he did. Brett's one of our employees at Twins, and
the great.
I gave him a Neanderthal to try one night, and when he went up to the bar to work, and I closed everything down, I went upstairs to get a drink and see how he was and what he thought about the cigar.
Bless you.
And he held up the Neanderthal, which had been burned like maybe a quarter of an inch. And he said, Dan, this is what I think of your Neanderthal. And he threw it into the trash. And I made this audible gasp, like that was a sin to do, which it would be.
It is.
To leave that cigar there. That's a sin to leave your Neanderthal like that. Shame. And I just couldn't believe that he didn't like it. In my mind, it was right up his flavor profile. He likes a stronger cigar. It's a cigar. One of the reasons I like this cigar so much as a tobacconist is that it relights really well. Being a tobacconist, especially at a busy store like Twins, there's a lot going on. And if you're, trying to have a cigar while you're working, you're going to be putting it down to help customers, to go into the humidor, and you're going to have to relight it a few times. And there's some cigars that after a couple, 3 times of relighting them, they're just not the same anymore, no matter what
happened to me today.
And
one cigar for my entire shift today. That was it. And couldn't.
Well, that's Londonderry for you, Dave.
Mhm.
And um, but the Neanderthal is an exception to that. It relights really, really well, and so that's one of the reasons I like it. So I couldn't believe he didn't like this cigar, and he
Right.
saw the look on my face. I guess I went pale or something, and um, then he told me that he found that cigar. Somebody had left it and pulled out his cigar that he had been smoking and said that he really enjoyed it. But they were all laughing at me because I was just so mortified that he threw out the cigar after just a quarter of an inch of smoking it. True.
Yeah.
Hashtag truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he told me that, I probably laughed for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Totally punked me. Totally punked me. I completely bought into it. But if there was a cigar, if there was a brand that could make me give up the Pastor Padrón moniker for something else, like the Reverend of Roma,
Yep. That would
this
be it.
this is a good contender for that. It ain't gonna happen, people, but it's a contender. I gotta tell you, I really enjoy RoMaCraft stuff, and the Neanderthal is at the top of my list. Really
So
fantastic cigar.
Rod's nightcap is the Perdomo 20th anniversary Maduro Epicure.
Oh, that's a fantastic cigar, Rod. That's a fantastic cigar. Another really rich chocolatey cigar. I think that's one of my favorite Perdomo offerings. That would certainly be a great nightcap cigar. I'd be very, very happy with that. In fact, I've done that before.
Another one he likes is the Mombacho Liga Maestro Novillo. And he'd like us to review something from Mombacho.
Oh, well, we carry some Mombacho cigars, I think. I think we could do that. I think we could make that happen for you, Rod. Those are very good cigars. They are, one of those hidden gems at Twins. They're one of those cigars that just gets passed over for some reason. But it's a really, really good cigar. Very fantastic. All right. Well, we know that the Neanderthal makes the list for a good nightcap cigar. What about pipe tobacco? I know that, means that Kurt will be leaving the show if he hasn't already. But we're going to talk about some good nightcap pipe tobacco in just a minute. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Well,
hello, everyone. Welcome.
Hello.
The Fireside Chat with Pastor Padrón and Dave Din Confused. Hello.
Hello.
And we are continuing our talk of fireside tobaccos, nightcap tobaccos, things to end the day with. If you're sitting in front of a fire, in front of a nice chair like I am here. And tonight, what Dave and I are both smoking is Esoterica's Dunbar. And it is one of my favorite Virginia Periques and one of my favorite nightcap tobaccos. Unlike the Neanderthal, this is more of a medium-bodied smoke. It's got a little bit more nuance to it. It's got a lot going on. There are 7 different kinds of Virginias in here, along with some Perique. And
I wonder why I like it.
It is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful tobacco here. From the Tobacco Review's website, since nothing's really put on tins anymore, what used to be on the tin is on that website. And it says, mature recipe of 7 types of Virginia tobaccos, blended with Louisiana Perique, lightly pressed for several days to mellow the mixture and then cut into flakes and rubbed up. A high-quality blend with a savory taste and a fine bouquet. An outstanding tobacco with a rich depth of flavor. What a wonderful thing. It is manufactured by J.F. Germain and Son, Virginia Perique, like we said, a vapor blend, and no flavorings on this, and it is ready rub, meaning that it is pressed into a cake, cut into flakes, and then rubbed back out so that you're not getting flakes anymore, but you're getting kind of
very thick, long ribbons.
Very thick, long ribbons, which are basically little bits of flake.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what you're getting with this. And for this tobacco, I am sticking with the martini, but I am going with the Empress 1908 with a little bit of elderflower in there. And
nice.
That sweetness just is going fan-frickin-tastic with this tobacco. Are you still doing the Woodford?
Yes, I am still with the Woodford Reserve. Num num. And it is pairing very well, bringing out all of the yumminess of the Virginias.
Mm-hmm.
By that, I mean the dried fruits, the breads, the haze, maybe a little fig. The retro hail is absolutely amazing because of the Perique. Gives it that nice, slight, mild, warm spice or floral note.
Yeah, there's a definite floral note to this. I mean, this tobacco is just so pleasing in so many ways. And, you know, I know so many people.
Got to let it dry out.
Yeah, you definitely do. Anything by Esoterica needs about like 8 weeks to being a little facetious there, but not really.
Yeah, the only thing worse is probably like brown or black Irish X. So.
Yeah, there's a very high moisture content in this, so you're probably going to see us relighting a lot. These are new tins that we are smoking from here. But, you know, like Dave said, you know, fruity notes, bread, hay, some raisiny-like spice, hints of figs here and there. And, you know, the bowl changes as you go down the bowl. Because it's a little bit moist from being a newly opened tin, you're probably going to see us relighting more than we usually do on the show. But really, really good stuff. This is a fantastic, fantastic tobacco. And the 1908 martini here is going great. I figured that the straight vodka martini, you know, with the olives would really kind of clash in a bad way with this tobacco. And the 1908 is just so sweet and gentle. It kind of brings out the sweetness of the Virginias, is really making them play really, really well on the palate. It's a very, very nice pairing here. What are some of your favorite pipe nightcaps, Dave?
One of my favorites is Awakened Elder by Cornell and Deal. That is a absolutely wonderful. I believe it's it's got to have like Perique and Latakia in it. I think it's Latakia forward. It's like a mesquite barbecue bomb.
Yeah, that has Latakia in it. I know. I can't remember the other ingredients off the top of my head, but I know that's been one of your favorite tobaccos since you got it.
Yep.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, the Woodford is doing a great job of amplifying the sweetness of the Virginias.
Yeah, the 1908 Empress 1908 with the elderflower is just totally making the Virginias come a little bit more forward in this. than they normally would. Although they're always a major player in this blend, but you can smell the perique, off the room note and everything. It's just a great, smooth, complex tobacco. 7 different kinds of Virginias. I mean, come on. It's amazing. Mm.
Did they say anything about what they were, like brights or matures or?
No, not on the Tobacco Reviews, main site. I believe it's from a number of different continents too. And so, it's really, really good. If you want a complex, nuanced, medium-bodied, nice, flavorful way to close out your night with your pipe. Now, I know everyone's going to say Penzance, but, everybody says Penzance.
Yeah.
But truth be told, this is an amazing, amazing tobacco. And
Penzance is it's fantastic, but at the same time, it's not like you can smoke that all day.
Right. It's incredibly rich.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's what makes it a great nightcap tobacco, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I'll be honest. I smoked so much Latakia forward stuff when I started smoking a pipe that I really can't do it all the time now. So a bowl here or there, or a bowl and I'm done, is kind of where I'm at. So I have my little stash of Penzance here, but I don't break it out that often because, the English mixtures are not really where my palate is right now. They've moved on to other things, for better or worse. Oh, excuse me. Now, one of my favorite nightcap tobaccos is Speakeasy by Cornell and Deal. That's, Kentucky, Perique, Virginia, mostly Virginia, pressed with some rum, some really good rum. That's one of the things I love about Cornell and Deal. They don't use rum flavoring. If something is flavored with rum, it's flavored with rum and not just low shelf crap. It's good quality rum. If it's flavored with tequila, it's got good tequila in it. And it's not like that, when you do everything with the mixing and then the aging and then the airing out, there's no alcohol left behind, but they're not using cheap stuff. And I really like that about Cornell and Deal. They make great stuff. And Speakeasy is just a wonderful Navy blend. It's a fantastic, fantastic thing. And, it's one of their Cellar Series blends. And it's real, it tastes really good now, but they're telling you it's really going to taste unbelievable in about 10, 15 years. Now, Pastor Padron's being honest here. I ain't waiting 10 or 15 years.
Nope. That's why you just got to buy a lot of tins.
There hasn't been a Speakeasy tin in my collection that has lasted more than a couple of months, let alone a decade. But fantastic, fantastic stuff. And if it really does get better year after year after year, I can only imagine, because the stuff that comes out when you just get the tin from the store and open it up, it's fantastic. What's another one of yours, Dave?
Another one that I've pretty much gone through the tin really fast. I probably have like a bowl or two left in it. Is the Golden Days of Yore. To the seasons. I love
the Christmas blend.
Yeah,
it's Christmas blend from Cornell and Deal.
Smoking a spice cake right at the end of the night, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, if you love a good aromatic, it's hard to beat that. I like that better than the corncob pipe and button nose, which I really liked.
Mm-hmm. And it's nice because it's like a medium-bodied aromatic. It's not a weak aromatic, which is unusual.
No, not at all. Let me clean out my pipe a little bit here.
Mm.
Another one of my favorites, one of my big favorites, to be totally honest, for a good nightcap, go with Hogarth's Dark Bird's Eye.
Mm.
I love that shag, babe.
Mm.
Not
a lot of shags. Not a lot of shags out there.
That is a Kentucky and Virginia blend. It is a shag, and that means it's easy to pack, easy to light. Although, again, being a Go with Hogarth blend, very similar to the Esoterica we're smoking, it needs some dry time.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that is like the espresso of pipe tobacco. It is good, strong stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it is such a great nightcap cigar. You want something to put you in a real
pipe tobacco, Dan.
So that you can go to. Oh, excuse me. It's a really great pipe tobacco. If you want something to put you in a real mellow mood so that you can go to bed and have real pleasant dreams, counting sheep.
Bird's Eye.
That's a great tobacco there. You got another one, Dave?
Mm-hmm. Also from the Gallup guys is Brown Number 4 from Samuel Gallup.
Number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's some good stuff. That's some very strong tobacco.
It's a barbecue in your mouth, man. It is beautiful. Mm-hmm. It's a hard choice between smoking that and the Awakened Elder. It's a hard choice for me. I haven't really decided. I keep going back and forth on which one I like the most. So
to end the night with, yeah. Mm-hmm. Those are sometimes you're in the mood for barbecue.
Mm.
You know, sometimes you're in the mood for that smoky, savory goodness that's Awakened Elder.
Mm-hmm.
Now, another one of my favorites is McBaron's Navy Flake. That's a Burley Cavendish in Virginia with just a little bit of rum. And I tell you, that stuff smells and tastes like banana nut bread. I can't get away from that. I stick to it. It's banana nut bread. Sometimes you don't want like rough in your face stuff. You want something a little sweet. You want something a little smooth. You think there's honey in there? No, there's not. It's just a little bit of rum. It's banana nut bread. It's really, really good. Creamy, smooth, medium-bodied, wonderful, wonderful Navy blend. Amazing, amazing flake. Just great stuff. Great stuff. Got another one, Dave? You did?
I do. Some good old spark plug.
Spark plug, a little GLP's action. Mm-hmm. Nice. What do you like about spark plug, Dave?
Again, it's a Latakia forward, and it's a spark plug. You know, mm-hmm. it gets you going. Or for me, it kind of like it's like like smoking a Neanderthal. It's like a really good, strong blend.
Yep.
And it's like I feel like it's a really nice, strong comfort smoke.
Strong comfort smoke. Do you have any other comfort smokes, Dave?
Yes. Also, and probably another aromatic would be Haunted Bookshop.
Haunted Bookshop is not an aromatic.
It feels like an aromatic to me.
No, there is absolutely no flavorings, toppings, or anything on the tobacco at all.
Because it's very nutty.
It is very nutty, but that's the Burleys. The Burleys are very, very nutty, and That's one of the rare tobaccos that has no toppings, no casings, there's nothing on the tobacco at all. It's just straight tobacco.
It is a beautiful blend.
It is a beautiful blend. It's one of my favorites for people who are trying to get into, who are wanting to try pipes, who are coming from cigars. That's one of my favorite blends to start them with. One, because kind of like the Virginia, kind of like the Esoterica Dunbar that we're smoking tonight. It's a ready rubbed kind of a thing. But it's very easy to light. It's very easy to pack your pipe with the stuff. It's not near as damp as this stuff is.
No,
So,
it's very dry in
if you're
comparison.
just
Ready to go.
if you're just starting to learn how to use a pipe, it's great to pack, it's great to light, and it smokes kind of similar to a cigar. It's very much like smoking a nice medium-bodied Habano, very nutty, very flavorful, very tobacco forward. It's a wonderful, wonderful blend by Cornell and Deal. Now, there are occasions in which I like ending the night with a nice English tobacco. Like I've said, strong Latakia forward stuff is, I smoked so much of it, I kind of burned myself out on. But every once in a while, that's what you want. And what you want is what you want. And when I want a really good English tobacco or Balkan kind of blend tobacco, my go-to is the Seattle Pipe Club Plum Pudding Special Reserve.
You stole my one.
That stuff is amazing. Cavendish, Latakia, Orientals, Perique, Virginia. Just about everything that there is out there to make
the whole pot
from is in there. And it is so smooth. It's amazing. Now, I have smoked Plum Pudding Special Reserve side by side with Esoterica's Penzance. And I'm hard pressed to tell the difference. Maybe it's me. I don't know. But I think they're very, very similar blends. And Penzance is so hard to come by. And the Plum Pudding Special Reserve is not so hard to come by. And it is so, so tasty. If you're in the mood for something English, you want something rich and decadent to end the night, that's the way to go, guys. It's amazing stuff. You got anything else, Dave?
No, you stole my last one.
Oh, Plum Pudding Special Reserve?
Yep.
What do you like about it?
I like how smooth and rich it is. And I feel like if I had a blind test, I could totally tell the difference between Penzance and Plum Pudding.
Yeah.
To me, I feel like Plum Pudding has like more of like a dry taste in my mouth, where I think it's pretty much due to the the wetness that you always get with like Penzance with Esoterica stuff.
Yeah, if it's open, fresh. I'll tell you something, Dave. Sometime we'll have to do it. You smoke it blind, side by side. I would almost be willing to bet you'd prefer the Plum Pudding.
I'll tell you what. I'll bet you an apple pie that I can tell.
You'll bet me an apple pie?
Yeah.
We'll have to set that up then. That's worth taking the bet for.
Yeah. I'll bake you an apple pie, and you have to bake me chili if I win. Not fair trade.
All right. Now, next question here. When you're smoking your nightcap cigar or you're enjoying your nightcap pipe, your fireside pipe, Do you like to have anything with it? Nothing? Food? Drink? What's, in the best, again, in the best of all possible worlds, what do you accompany your nightcap smoke with?
A good bourbon and some cheese and crackers.
Okay,
And
so
not
both
crappy.
food and drink.
Yep. Not some crappy cheese either. You need some good
Not some
cheese.
crappy cheese. What's your favorite kind of cheese?
Oh, geez. I can't put my
You just
name
don't
on
know, Dave. You just don't know. Brie, cheddar, blue
Definitely
cheese,
Brie is definitely up there.
Parmesan,
I love cheddars.
cheddar, aged cheddar.
Aged cheddar, yep.
Mhm.
I can't remember specific names of those, but pretty much like aged and sharp cheddars and or like a spreadable like a brie or something like that.
I love brie too. Brie is a fantastic cheese. I have to admit, there's a good sized wedge of brie waiting for Thanksgiving in my fridge. That's just fantastic stuff.
With those veggie roasted Triscuit crackers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Now, if you're like me, Dave, you have probably started to find that as your pipe collection grows, and I know yours has.
Mm-hmm. A little bit.
Yeah, don't lie. I think you've probably been like me. You have found that some pipes favor some tobaccos more than others. Do you have a favorite pipe that you like to have your nightcap pipe smoke in?
I do, but it depends on what I'm smoking. So if I'm smoking something Latakia forward, I'll go for my my
yes,
my Nording,
yes,
my freehand Nording.
Mm-hmm. Don't you have like 8 freehand Nordings?
I wish I did. No, and then I have this other freehand Nording, and this is usually what I go for, like my Virginias, and then for like aromatics, I'll use my Church Warden or my nose warmer.
Oh, what's your nose warmer, Dave? I didn't know you actually had a nose warmer.
Yeah. Yes. My what is it? My Note that you
Note
by 0.02,
which is just a little bit more than a nose warmer. Come on.
Well, it's a nose warmer.
It's a short. It's a short pipe.
I have a big nose.
Short pipe, not a nose warmer. Now,
however, I do have my eye on an unfinished Savinelli short pipe or nose warmer. I'm not sure. I didn't measure it yet, Dan.
You didn't measure it yet? Then it's probably not a nose warmer. Yeah. This is one of my favorite nightcap pipes, my Savinelli Eleganza 611. I believe it's a 611. Let's see what it says here on the side. I got to pull my glasses down so I can actually see. Can't quite see. But it's one of my favorite nightcap pipes. This is one of my favorite pipes for Virginia Periques, like the Esoterica Dunbar here. This smokes Virginia Periques really well. I have really found one of my favorite tobaccos, and I said this last week, one of my favorite tobaccos is GLP's Cumberland. And I have a Moonshine Devil Ants. It's a short nose warmer pipe. It's like that long.
Pretty short.
It smokes the Cumberland better than any other pipe I have. And if I'm in the mood for some GLP's Cumberland, that's the pipe I'm going for. I'm almost thinking of making it exclusive to that tobacco because it smokes that pipe, it smokes that tobacco so well. And, it smokes good other things, but the best thing it smokes is Cumberland. And I'm thinking, why not just make it my Cumberland pipe? If it makes that tobacco a better experience than every other pipe I have, and I have something like 20, why not just make that unique to that?
You probably should. Should probably just make a pouch just for that pipe and tobacco.
Do you have pipes, Dave? Do you have pipes that you just use one type or one brand of tobacco in?
So my Carolina Red Flake, I will only smoke that in my unfinished Nording, my freehand Nording. That's unfinished. Yep. It just, I've smoked it out of all my pipes, and for some reason the Virginians just pop so well in it.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's that long, narrow bowl that's super deep.
Now,
and
COVID,
stuff like the ropes, like brown number 4 or black and brown Irish X. Those to me, I only smoke in my church warden.
Okay.
My 4th gen.
So the cooler smokes, you leave the browns and the blacks for and everything. Now, COVID, one of the things about COVID, Dave, is that it has affected the production of movies. And you and I are both into movies. We're both movie-loving people.
Very true.
And it's affected TV production as well. Kind of getting back to what we were talking about in the first half of the show, one of the shows that really affected is The Blacklist. And, right in the middle of season 8, which I think is the last season that's on Netflix right now. It's either 8 or 9, but I think it's 8 on Netflix. COVID came out in the middle of it, and it literally stopped production. And it stopped production in the middle of one of the episodes.
Oh.
And the actors, so it's a short season, which ticked me off because I love The Blacklist. And the actors were like, what do we do? We've got half this episode done. What do we do? And so they ended up animating half the episode. So half the episode is live action and half of it is animated.
That's hilarious. I can't wait to see that.
It's hilarious. But I hated the fact that Netflix ended after 15 episodes. That Blacklist ended after 15 episodes. But movies and stuff have all been put off because of COVID. We've seen, for instance, Wonder Woman 1984. That's been put off like 4 different times because of COVID, and now it's coming out Christmas Day. Maybe it'll come out Christmas Day. Maybe they'll push it back some more. I know that another movie that a lot of people have been looking forward to, probably you too, Dave, The Batman. That's been put off.
Yeah, for that started.
People have gotten COVID who are actors on the movie, so that's been put off and stuff like that. But like, what are one of the things that I have really felt COVID the most with is that so few movies or television shows have come out because they've all been put on the rack because of COVID. Right?
Yep.
What are some of the shows?
Even video games have been affected. Like there's one game that was supposed to come out well over a month ago. I'm still waiting for it to come out. It's supposed to come out December 10th, is Cyberpunk 2077. And one of the main
27.
One of the main voice actors is geez, I can't believe it. Keanu Reeves. So
Keanu Reeves had COVID.
I don't know if he had COVID, but he was one of the main characters. He was actually just like he started off as just like a side character, and he introduced the game at like E3, and the crowd went nuts because everybody loves Keanu Reeves, and because of the crowd's reaction and everybody's excitement that he was actually in the game at all, they actually wrote him even more in depth into the game as an NPC. So and now they're just this is the same people who did The Witcher.
Okay.
So, so there you can tell that that's the caliber of a game this is going to be. Is something huge, something open world, customizable, frickin' everything. And
all right. So for those of us who don't play all the time, what does NPC mean?
Non-playing character.
Non-playing character.
NPC. So. So. But set in 2077, cyber implants are like the thing. It's no different than getting an earring today. Like almost everybody has like an earring or a tattoo or something like that.
Right.
Cybernetic implants are the new thing, and they have one for every part and piece of the body. And so your whole how your genes work, how your genetics, your respiration, your breathing, like all that is like controllable and enhanceable. It's crazy. Vision, strength, everything. So it's gonna be a pretty fun game. So
all right,
hopefully
Dave.
it comes out on the 10th, but
hopefully
it's been delayed 3 times already. So.
All right, next question for you, Dave. You ready?
Let's see. We'll find out.
Which do you like more? Which you think was better? Deadpool 1 or Deadpool 2?
Oh, that's a hard choice. I feel like
Come on.
I feel like I'm gonna like Deadpool 2 a little better. I feel like it was a little bit more polished. Deadpool 2.
A little bit more what?
Polished. Because they found their vibe in like Deadpool 1, but I feel like they really got into their stride in Deadpool 2. And I can't wait for the next one.
You think there's going to be a Deadpool 3?
Oh, I know they're tying them in. So
they're tying him in. What does that mean?
To the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're bringing him in.
Oh, they're putting him into the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
That's what the rumor mill is. Yeah. So.
Well, one of the things that I don't think is a rumor, but they're actually doing, at least, are planning to do next month, is they're talking to, oh gosh, you see, now his name escapes me, of course. Cox is his last name. Very unfortunate. But there it is. The guy who played Daredevil in the Netflix series.
Yeah,
they're talking to him about bringing him back as the Daredevil in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I am totally pumped with that because he did such a fantastic job playing Daredevil.
Who would make
I'll be honest, they're saying they're not really caring so much about the story arc as they are about the actor. They want the guy to come play him. So it may or may not follow the same story arc as what we saw on Netflix. But, oh my gosh, he was such a fantastic Daredevil.
You know that in the Blacklist, that the bad cop in season 6?
Yeah.
That killed her husband. I feel like he would make a great Kingpin.
Well, I'm going to butcher his name, but Vincent DiFiorenzo, or is that how you pronounce the name? Vincent somebody, who played the Kingpin in the Daredevil series.
Did a great job.
So amazing. I would love to see him play Kingpin in the Marvel universe. That would be fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the actor they had for Luke Cage too. I thought he was perfect.
Yeah, he was very good too. All right. Which do you think was better so far, Dave? Mandalorian season 1 or season 2?
Oh, I don't think I can choose. I don't think I can choose. No, I'm liking season 2. Plus, the episode lengths are kind of more stable. I think. I'm loving the season 2. I can't wait to see Ahsoka Tano. So,
the episode with the spiders in that frozen wasteland, that was cool. That was an awesome.
with Baby Yoda eating all the eggs. That was
Oh my gosh, that's
so much controversy over that.
Oh my gosh. Like the mom didn't know the eggs were missing. Come on. She never said anything. I thought there were 20, but now there's only 15.
Yep. Yeah. And they were unfertilized, by the way. So they weren't it's like no different from eating an egg. That's what someone from the set said. So it wasn't like, it was actually like, him eating children or anything like that. I think that's why I like it, what was it, like the next episode where you got to see him see one of them born, and he was like all happy to see it born, like, oh my gosh,
like
it's wonderful.
Tadpole.
Yeah. But I think they're doing a great job.
Better than season 1.
Yeah.
We watched season 2
all of season 1.
Better than season 1. Season 1 was kind of, okay, this could be good. Season 2 is now like, okay, I think you're good. I think it's got a lot more potential there.
Do you think they're gonna? I think they're gonna drag it out, and Ahsoka Tano will be the end of season 2. I think that's when you get to meet her.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. But they're gonna drag it out. I mean, that's what these shows are all about.
Yeah.
Now,
you got to get there. So,
speaking of dragging it out, The Boys, season 1 or season 2?
Oh, season 2 is the best. Season 2 is
the best.
I mean, and it's kind of like the way it ended. It's like they could really blossom this up into going nuts, and not to mention the amount of spin-offs you could do with this show are endless.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's true.
And oh my gosh, so it's I love it. Give me more. It was great. But season 2 was, you didn't know if, like, what's his name?
Come on, Dave. Come on.
If the Homelander was going to kill someone in every scene, you just didn't know. You're like, is he going to just kill him? Is he going to kill him? Is he going to kill him?
Homelander
it's crazy.
Psychopath.
Yeah.
He's a psychopath now. He's the guy you love to hate.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you see that someone made a fan?
Was amazing. Season 1 was awesome. Excuse me?
Someone made a fan trailer of Superman versus Homelander.
Oh, really? No, I haven't seen that.
And they hacked it together perfectly. So it's absolutely it looks like it's going to be a trailer for a movie of Superman versus Homelander, and it's just perfectly done. But you should look it up. It's absolutely awesome.
Homelander is freakishly evil. he's just so perfectly cast, you know.
Well, the guy's playing the role like he was born for it. So.
Yeah, he is.
Hopefully he's not nicer in real life.
hopefully he's nicer in real life. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Dave. So this is your first experience with Dunbar, one of my favorite tobaccos, one of my favorite fireside tobaccos. What do you think?
When it's lit, I think it's absolutely wonderful.
That's fair. That's fair.
You know, I think that was like kind of like the same thing happened when we first smoked the brown number 4 on the show too. Is Nick was just he just wanted to love it so much, but he couldn't keep it lit. He gave up.
You had to relight a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, you have.
But I've definitely had to relight a lot. But you know, I'm a big Virginia fan. So, and the fact that this is so Virginia forward to me is, and the Perique is kind of like the retro hail, which is perfect. I love the Perique retro hail. There's really nothing better than it, except maybe a strong Oriental, kind of tied.
This is just, especially with this particular drink, it is so fruity sweet. And, you know, that stewed fruit, stone fruit kind of sweetness, some really nice bread notes, some hay, maybe some citrus here and there, but figs, raisins, especially in the retro, that, you know, a nice peppery spice from the Perique. This is just a great way to end your night. Totally fantastic. I love it. I can't say enough about this stuff. You know, like I said, I know Stonehaven and Penzance get the top billing as far as a lot of the reviews or anything goes with Penzance with Esoterica tobaccos, but
yeah,
this stuff is really amazing, and I love it. I love having it in my rotation. It's great stuff.
It was funny too. Like earlier this evening, Paul asked what we were going to do for pipe tobacco, and I told him what we were doing, and he just rolled his eyes and was like, oh, like, you know, why did he make plans? He was so
Yeah, Paul would really like this stuff, and I know Nick really does too.
Yep, yeah.
Nick really loves his tobacco. Yeah. It's one of his favorites, and you know, Nick is really an over-the-top, in-your-face kind of smoke guy. He likes the real strong, full-flavored, in-your-face stuff. This is not. This is very nuanced. It's medium at best, right, Dave?
Yep. It's medium but complex.
But it's very complex. And for whatever reason, Nick can appreciate that, which is really weird because he usually doesn't appreciate the finer things in life. He just appreciates
the sucker punch.
The sucker punch. That's what Nick likes. But this stuff he really, really likes. And it's really, really good. It's one of my favorite tobaccos. I almost always have a tin that I can smoke, not all the time, because again, the stuff is rare. It's hard to find, but very, very good stuff.
Yeah, we got some Dunbar left though. Come on down, get some Dunbar.
We got some bags of the stuff too, which is 8-ounce bags. Now, next week, November 30th, we're going to be doing an all pipe show, and it is be an aged tobacco show. It's going to be featuring a tin that we were graciously given by a customer of Nightcap, Dunhill Nightcap from 2011.
Wow.
We're going to be smoking that back to back with Nightcap, which is now Peterson from 2020. Now, for those of you who are not in the know, Dunhill, which has been making Nightcap for years, and is the name that everybody associates with it, was actually made for them by Scandinavian Tobacco Group. When Dunhill exited the pipe tobacco business a couple of years ago, Scandinavian Tobacco Group acquired the rights to the name and the recipe from Dunhill. So even though it's now under the Peterson brand, which is a brand that Scandinavian Tobacco Group owns, because they've been making it for Dunhill for like a decade and a half, the only thing that's changed is the name on the label.
On the tin. Yeah.
The name on the label, the labels are the same. The tin is the same. The tobacco is the same. The blending process, all of that is the same. Okay, but we're going to be
hardly ever happens.
we're going to be trying this tobacco that's 9 years old versus tobacco that was produced and released this year, and telling you what the difference is. You're not going to want to miss it. So the first half of the show, we'll be smoking the new stuff. The second half of the show, we'll be smoking the aged stuff. You're not going to want to miss that show. Now, it's all pipe tobacco. So people like Kendall, who like to watch the show, probably not going to be so interested. But if you're a pipe guy, or if you're thinking about pipe stuff, or if you're interested at all in how aging tobacco changes the profile and taste and flavor and body of the tobacco and strength of the tobacco, you're going to want to watch this. It's going to be a great episode. Nightcap 2011 versus Nightcap 2020. You are not going to want to miss it.
No, sir.
Should you join with us on Facebook next week at facebook.com /NJBS podcast, and at Not Just Blowing Smoke on Instagram, so that you don't miss a thing. Until then, this has been Pastor Padrón via Fireside saying, stay smoky, my friends.
And that's not just blowing smoke. Good night, peeps.